General Ignatius Kutu Acheampong came to power on April 27, 1972. Former President Kwame Nkrumah died in exile. Power in Ghana had changed hands several times since Nkrumah was overthrown, and Acheampong allowed Nkrumah's body to be returned and buried on July 9, 1972 at the village of his birth, Nkroful. Notable historical changes and events introduced or implemented in Ghana during the period under Acheampong include the change from the imperial measurement to the metric system, the change from driving on the left to driving on the right, Operation Feed Yourself, a program aimed at developing self-reliance in agriculture, National Reconstruction, aimed at promoting employment and skill for workers, facelift projects in cities, and the reconstruction/upgrading of stadia to meet international standards. Citation needed. There were, however, widespread accusations of both the encouragement and endorsement of corruption in the country under his rule. Also, Ghana began experiencing the troubles it had suffered under previous administrations, with increasing food prices and soaring inflation. In 1976, under intense political pressure, Acheampong began to flirt with the idea of a government in which the military could play a role and proposed a union government, Unigov, with power sharing between civilians and the armed forces. This led to student demonstrations and the closure of universities. Violent clashes between pro- and anti-Unigov factions led to the death of at least 4 people in Kumasi. On the June 4, 1979 military uprising that brought Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings and the young officers of the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council, AFRC, to power in Acheampong was court-martialed. Head of State General Ignatius Kutu Acheampong was executed by firing squad at the Teshi military range in Accra after being found guilty of corruption and economic mismanagement during his rule from 1972 to 1978. Rawlings' stance. Rawlings maintained that these actions were necessary to purge Ghana of corruption, though he later described them as regrettable but unavoidable in the context of the era's political climate.